Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tuesday, June 28th, and it's early in the morning, 6:13, and on my way to work. And basically what I wanted to talk about is why I got my 2015 Subaru WRX. So kind of going back in time, previously my car before this was a 2004 Saab 93 Ariya. Basically it was a entry-level luxury car, had a leather interior, and a pretty decent pickup. It was a 2-liter engine with a turbo. Not as much power, there's only 210 horsepower, so a little bit down on power. It was only front-wheel drive, and unfortunately it was only an automatic, but it was still a cool car, and it was kind of a fun car to have. So I had that for about 5 years, had it paid off, and I traded in at roughly 120,000 miles, and I traded in because I had an issue with the water pump, and to replace the water pump in that car was like a huge job. It ended up being like $1,000 or something, so I ended up trading in, and then I got this 2015 Subaru WRX in World Rally Pro Blue. And the reason I got this car is I've always been a fan of 4-door sports sedans, and this car, of course, is a 4-door sedan. I like that it's all-wheel drive. I like that it's turbocharged, just like my previous car. And my whole fascination with Subaru WRXs kind of started with the World Rally Championship back in the old days, where you'd have drivers like Colin McRae and a few other ones. I think it was Peter Solberg. I think he may have driven a Lancer too. But those guys, when they drove off-road on those souped-up all-wheel drive WRXs that had like close to like 500 horsepower, it was just so cool. It was so much more cooler, I thought, than say NASCAR or typical races where you just see them go around in circles. I mean, I think Le Mans is pretty cool because there's a lot of twisties and stuff, but then it's also you can go like 24 hours and stuff. But the whole World Rally Championship thing I thought was so cool because of the fact that it was off-road, there was jumps, they're going off like near cliffs and stuff, and I just thought it was so much more cooler than just your typical driving that you saw with like NASCAR and stuff. So that's where my fascination started with Subaru WRXs, was the World Rally Championship. And I think when they first came out in 2002, I don't know if any of you guys remember the commercial of the 2002 WRX, but it was basically this guy like totally just like driving the crap out of it on these twisty roads. It was a silver WRX, 5-speed manual, and he was just like going through all these corners, and it was like Subaru WRX, and I can't remember everything it said, but I'm sure you can find the video on YouTube. But that was where my fascination started with the WRX, and ever since that commercial, I always wanted to have one. And basically in June of 2014 is when I got my 2015 model, and I've liked it ever since. Some of my favorite things about this car is I really like the engine. I like the platform, the 2-liter direct injected twin scroll turbo engine. I think it's a really reliable engine. I know that it's won an award before when it was with the Subaru Forester XC. In the past, it was like rated like the top engine. I think it was from Motor Trend. But I really like the engine. I find it very reliable and very fuel efficient. I mean, like when you're off the boost, this car puts up like 35 miles per gallon. And considering that this car is always all-wheel drive, 268 horsepower, 258 foot-pounds of torque, it's pretty impressive. Because a lot of the other cars that were all-wheel drive, whether it be a Volkswagen or Audi or some of the other competitors, their cars aren't always all-wheel drive. So like when you're cruising like I am now, like it'll transfer either the power to the front or rear wheels, and you only really have 2-wheel drive. And this is always 4-wheel drive no matter what. So for those reasons, I think it's cool. And the all-wheel drive is great for where I live. I live near Chicago, and when we get 15 inches of snow on the ground or more, having all-wheel drive, especially with snow tires, is so much more better way to get through winter driving than it would be to use a either a front-wheel drive car or even a rear-wheel drive car, which would be really hard, obviously, unless you have snow tires and you're pretty acclimated to rear-wheel drive in the snow. And I guess I should mention why I didn't get the STI. The whole STI thing is, I mean, it was a little bit out of my price range. I know my payments on this are about $400, which I think is really affordable, and the STI I think would probably put me around $540 or maybe a little bit more. But the thing with the STI is that kind of disappoints me is the fact that it still uses the same engine that it came with originally in 2003, which is the 2.5 liter, and it was called the FJZ. I can't remember what it's called. But basically, I'm just kind of disappointed that they still use that engine. I just think that by now they should have either probably upgraded the motor to this current engine, maybe with a higher boost turbo or a different turbo. Who knows what they'd have to do. But and also the fuel economy of the STI is just kind of lacking for sure compared to this car. Like, I think their highway, I don't know what it is exactly, don't quote me on this, but I think the highway fuel economy of the STI is like, I want to say 23, 24 miles per gallon. Maybe it's a little bit better. But I just find that kind of disappointing, and it's because they're using the same engine. But you know, power-wise, and the fact that you have control over the differential and you have limited slip differentials and all that good stuff, it makes it for a good car. And obviously, it's a little bit faster than this car in a quarter mile. I think like 13.3, the trap speed of, I want to say 106, maybe somewhere around there. And this car is still pretty fast. It'll do a 13.7 at, I think it was 103, maybe. I could be wrong. So yeah, that's the whole reason why I didn't get the STI. It's just a little bit out of my price range, and I just find it, the motor, I think in the long term, that motor, especially if you're into modding, and the whole modding thing is just kind of like not my forte. Like, I know that a lot of people don't like the stock tune, or they say the stock tune sucks or whatever, and I guess in some ways I can kind of agree, but I've had this car since June of 14, and I've had it stock, and I've enjoyed it every minute. I mean, I love this car. Even though I've had it stock, I still enjoy it, and I guess props to me that I can still enjoy a car even though it's putting down the stock power. And it seems like everyone who mods their STI with that particular engine, they always end up having problems, whether it be the ring-line failure, or, you know, they just, something gets worn out, or something just ends up getting messed up. And I do think that it can be either related to reliability of the engine, or the fact that maybe the mod or whatever tune they're using maybe would have caused an issue with the engine. But I do find that with this engine, people that mod them, it seems to be a lot more reliable than it is with the 2.5 liter engine, the STI. So for those reasons, I do think that this engine is a safer platform to mod if that's your thing. But for me, I'm happy with the stock tune, and I'm not gonna probably mod this one, at least not till the warranty is up, which will be still a while ago. As for mileage, I'm just a hair under 20,000 miles, and like I always say, it's always been reliable. It's been an awesome car. Definitely no complaints. So yeah, that's basically the reason why I got the 2015 Subaru WRX. It just seems like it's a fun car to drive fast. Like that. And it's reliable, and it's an awesome car. Anyways, I didn't want to make the video too long. I just wanted to kind of like talk about the reasons why I got my car, and I just want to say I appreciate everyone who likes my videos, and thank you for all the subscriptions, and I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will talk to you next time. Peace out, and talk to you next time. See ya.